Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you don't know who I am or you've never seen one of my videos before, my name is Alexia. I am a freshman at the University of Oregon, so I just thought I would make a kind of informational video for anyone who is still trying to decide what university they want to go to, if you're a high school senior right now, or maybe if you decided that you want to come to the University of Oregon and you just want some more information about the school. I'm going to try to do my best to be able to give an idea of what my experience has been like so far and what I've thought about the different resources we have on campus or the food and the people. Also, I am a transfer student, so I was at a different school for the first term, and then I've been here since the beginning of winter term. So this will be my second term here, and then I'll be here for like the rest of my college experience. So I hope this video is very helpful for you. If you have any questions about college in general or about this school specifically, go ahead and leave the comments down below and I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. So the first thing I just want to talk about is the people that go here. I think that especially compared to the last school that I was at, the people there were just not the best in my opinion. They were just not as accepting as everybody here at the University of Oregon is. There's so many different kinds of people here, so many different groups that are represented, and I think it's really amazing the amount of diversity that there is and the amount of inclusion that they have. Like, everybody is really nice. It's just like everybody around you is just kind and welcoming, and it's pretty easy to talk to people that like maybe you're standing in line with at a dining hall or something. I've just found that the people here are so much more welcoming, especially since I have something to compare it to because I was at a different school. But yeah, I think if anybody is worried about, I'm not going to be able to make friends when I go to college or whatever, I just want you to know like the people here are really nice, and I just feel like it's pretty easy to just kind of walk around campus and be yourself, and you don't really have to worry about being judged by the other people around you. The next thing I want to talk about is the dining hall food. I think that we have the best dining hall food here ever. We have so many different choices, and the food is so personalized rather than just having a bunch of like cafeteria style dining halls. We do have one cafeteria style dining hall, but most of the other ones it's like you go and you order something. So we have a place that serves salads and sandwiches, so you can like go up to them and order your salad and you like tell them what you want in it, or you can order one off the menu that's like already made for you. Or you can also order sandwiches, and you pretty much like get this piece of paper and you write down like what you want on your sandwich, and then they make it like fresh right there for you, and they call your name. There's also another place where you can get like a stir fry kind of thing. I don't know if anybody has ever heard of like Mongolian grill kind of food. It's pretty much that, and you can choose from 2 different kinds of rices and then noodles, and you just pick a bunch of like vegetables and the meat that you want, and they cook it right there in front of you. And then there is a place called Common Grounds, which is like a cafe style, and they serve like different kinds of paninis and baked goods, and then they also serve breakfast sandwiches, and then they have a bunch of smoothies or caffeinated drinks, and then they also have acai, which I think is so good. They also have this area where you can order, it's almost like restaurant style. They have hamburgers, hot dogs, these like scrambled skillet things where you mix a bunch of stuff with eggs and then potatoes. And then they have fish and chips, and then they have breakfast sandwiches and just a ton of different things, and you pretty much go up to it and you wait in line, you order, and then they give you a receipt with a number, and then you go sit at your table and you put the number on the table and they'll bring out the food to you. So that's more of like a restaurant style if you have more time or if you want to go out and eat with friends. And then there's also a place where it's like pasta or rice bowls. Next, I just want to talk about some of like the resources that we have on campus. I think that this school really helps with like student involvement and just kind of making sure that their students are doing well in classes and enjoying their experiences here. I know that we have different advisors for students to help them pick their class schedules and things like that, but there's also specific advisors if you're a business student, since like business is such like a popular major here. So there's advisors specific for business majors. We also have tutoring that's free in our library on the 4th floor, so that's pretty awesome. I've never actually been to that, but my roommate goes a lot, and she said it's really helpful and it's free, which is awesome. So if you're ever struggling with anything like that, you can always go there, and the tutors are really nice and super helpful. There's also a ton of good places to study around campus if you're kind of like one of those people who doesn't enjoy studying in their room. We have a place called the EMU, which is the Herb Memorial Student Union, and it has a bunch of different food places in it actually too. There's Panda, Subway, I think it's like Joe's Burgers, and then there's Starbucks, Chipotle, and then there's Jamba Juice and a tea place. And then within like all the food, there's like seating areas and stuff where you can sit down and you can do homework or hang out with friends and eat. And it's like, it's 2-storied, or I think it has multiple stories, but like the food and stuff is on like the 1st and the 2nd stories. So like they have different spaces though, where it's like you can get into a quieter area away from like where everybody is at the food, or you can go into like a louder area nearby where the food is and everybody's kind of eating and talking and hanging out. So there's just different options. And then in the EMUs also where they have like the O help desk, which is just like a desk shaped as an O, and they're like, you can go ask them questions and stuff like that. We also have an LGBTQ center and a women's center. Another good place to study are in any of the study lounges of your dorm hall. So like here, I live in Earl, we have different like study lounges per like I think wing, I would say, because we have several different wings within the Earl dorm hall. So there's different study lounges, but sometimes the study lounges also have TVs in them, so they're more of like hangout areas, so those can sometimes not be the best places to study. But other dorms have like specific study lounges compared to just regular lounges, so those dorms that do have those can be really beneficial to study there because it's a lot more quiet and there's other people around you who are also studying. The library can also be a really good place to go to do your homework. However, if you're somebody who likes to do your work in an area where there's noise and just people around you talking all the time, or just kind of background noise, it wouldn't be the best place because obviously the library is very quiet. But again, there is that tutoring in the library, so that is super helpful. Lastly, I just want to answer a few questions that I've gotten from, some of my friends who are seniors in high school and are thinking about coming to this school. I just kind of want to answer some of the questions that a bunch of them asked me. So one of the questions I've gotten is whether I feel safe walking around at night on campus or being in like the surrounding town area around the school. So I just want to say yes, that I do. I feel like the campus is very well lit at night, and then even when you are walking around at night, you're usually not walking alone, or I hope you're not going to be walking alone. And we also have like emergency button posts around campus that you can press, and then the Oregon police will come to you. It's like the University of Oregon police. So we have like our own police, I guess, compared to just the surrounding town, because you'll see cars that drive around that say like University of Oregon police rather than just like the Eugene, Oregon police. So that's pretty nice. And then in the surrounding area, I mean, there's always sketchy people, I think, in every city, just anywhere that you are. It's not like you can just automatically avoid it. But I think that for the most part, the area around us, like around the university, is pretty safe. And there's always a bunch of lights everywhere, so it's not like you're in the complete dark. And you should always be walking with people anyways, rather than walking like by yourself. So I've always felt very safe, and even on like the bus, like the transit system, because we have a really good bus system here, and you also get to go ride on the bus for free with your student ID card. I've always felt very safe on the bus. I mean, you see all kinds of different people, but there's usually like security on the buses, especially at nighttime. They're mostly there to check that you have a ticket or you have a student ID, but also they are just kind of like security guards, so that helps you feel really safe. Another question that some of them have asked me before is kind of like when and where to buy your books. I would always suggest looking at once you make your classes, you'll be able to look up the CRNs on the Duck store, which is like our bookstore, and you'll be able to see what books your teachers want you to get. So I'd always recommend searching on Amazon and finding a rental or maybe a used one, because it's a lot cheaper than buying it straight from the Duck store. Usually I'll try to wait until the week of classes, like when the classes start and the teachers say whether we actually need the book or whether we don't, and like we can get through the class without it. because you honestly don't want to spend a ton of money on all the books and just paying for all these books that you're going to use for one class and then have to get rid of. So I would honestly say wait till the last second until you really have to, you know for sure that you're going to need that book for the class, because you don't want to have to end up wasting money. That is all that I'm going to be talking about for now. If you guys have any more questions at all, like, just feel free to reach out to me. I love answering everybody's questions about the school, just because I do love my school so much. So I want to be able to share the knowledge that I have and kind of help with any fears that any incoming students have or anything like that. I'll put my social media down in the description box so you guys can go ahead and follow me and maybe DM me and ask me some questions, and I will definitely respond to you. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And if there's any other videos about the school that you would want me to make or anything like that, just let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Bye guys!